After head and neck surgery, when you wake up, you may experience some frustration with communication because you may be unable to communicate with the nursing staff or with your family and friends, and therefore it's going to be important that we give you a method to communicate to reduce your frustration. That may be a way of communication board, which could be pictures, which could be words, it could be in the way of pen and paper, a whiteboard and marker, or it may be a more high-tech option, something like an iPad with specific communication devices on there that you can use.
Things like the tracheostomy, which is most common in head and neck, when they're having surgery. I think that was probably the hardest thing. I remember Mum being in just after I could see her, and she had that tracheostomy, and it was the hardest thing ever because you don't realise how vital communication is until you lose it. Not being able to speak and just her having, so many things. She had the graft on her leg, graft on her arm, her eye, and, so many people looking after different things. And then the tracheostomy, not being able to talk to her and just say, are you okay? And she was just distraught. She probably doesn't remember that, but she was so upset and, it's really hard. So that's one thing I think for people, just to know that you aren't going to be able to speak and you're not going to be able to be like you are normally. That's probably the biggest thing that you can tell people, because that was the hardest thing for Mum, to not be able to communicate with us.
Before the surgery, I didn't think I would be able to talk, or it was unknown whether I would be able to talk afterwards, and I didn't speak for the first 4 weeks. And in the beginning I was writing on paper or whiteboard, but it was more difficult. I was going through so much paper, firstly, and my writing, because I was lying down, I had a sore arm and grips and things, it was quite hard to write what I wanted to clearly, so people still couldn't really understand my writing. And I was using an iPad after that, which was much easier. I think it's important before you go in for a surgery to think of a number of different ways we would be comfortable to communicate, because I thought in the beginning I was fine to write, but it was hard to write in the beginning, and I had to find other ways. So I think you need to think about it before you go in for surgery, about how you'll be comfortable to communicate. Even take some pictures with you. I mean, you don't really have to rely on people to do it for you. You can take control of it yourself.
Writing became the only way that I could communicate, and it's a lot longer to put things in words. And asking for things became one-word things. People would react differently. They'd come to visit, and sometimes because I wasn't speaking to them, they wouldn't know what to say. And I was happy for them. They could have a conversation and I'd just enjoy listening to the conversation. And they would feel that that they weren't including me, but actually it was easier to actually just listen than participate, because getting the brain to function fast enough to keep up with them was an issue.
Well, initially it's really frustrating because you suddenly can't go and do something that you've been doing all your life. You go and make a sound, go and talk. And what I could do is, and I could do that the day after the operation. So we worked out a little code doing me and Judy and me.
Yes. No, I don't know. Get lost.
They've got a couple of baddies. I think one of the nurses or something brought me in a card with all the obvious things that you might need, like a drink at the toilet or bath or whatever, all printed on a card. So if I wanted anything at all, and I didn't have to write it, but there was something that was common on the card, I could point to it. And then when I settled down a bit, then the family started coming. And my grandsons come in and they said, "Hey, Pop, can you text?" I said, "No." They said, "You're going to learn." So they got this little phone and they sat down with me for hours, teaching me to text. So they're on in. I could communicate with everybody in the family just via the phone.
This is my tracking tube, and it was stitched on at first, but now I have a tape to hold it in place. And this is a cap. This is for a spoofing valve on. They actually changed the type of tube I had about 4 weeks after surgery. Before that, I had one that is hard to talk with. So I didn't really talk for the first 4 weeks until I got this new one. And I just wear a scarf over it to look better.
I mean, 12 months
Betty,
to learn to talk properly, like you might get a word out or you might get a couple of words together, but I think what worries you initially, like when you do this with a thumb, you stop breathing, you actually stop yourself breathing, so it's a bit of a worry to you first off, like you've got to learn to breathe and learn to talk at the same time. So when you first start, you think you panic a bit because you can't breathe. And you only get a couple of words out, but keep at it, and now I can talk. And I sang happy birthday to you, so that's on your bed.
you did. Saying happy birthday to me on my birthday. Wasn't real good, but
Cut it out, I'm good. But you just same as everything, look. Have a go, don't quit on it, and then just put your head up and ask questions.